Love come quick, ooh, love come in a hurry. There are thieves in the temple tonight. Jazz hands. Did you just love it when Prince used to do jazz hands? Just kidding, Prince. Hi, it's me, Io, the popcorn philosopher. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Then and Now. Yes. It's been a weird couple days for me. I don't know about you. So I'm really looking forward to listening to a little bit of music, particularly a little bit of Prince music. Like I said, welcome to Then and Now. This is a series where I take an artist who I haven't listened to their newer music in a very long time. What I do is I listen to a song from their older album, and then I listen to a song from their newer album, and then I compare and contrast. I see which one maybe I might like better, or what goes more with the times today. Like I said, today we're listening to Prince. Today happens to be 2 suggestions, which is kind of cool. I have a suggestion for the older track and a suggestion for the newer track. So I'm excited about that. Since in my last video I talked about Joni Mitchell being an influence on Prince, which I thought was kind of curious.
Curiosity often leads to trouble.
Several people said there were actually a few songs where Joni's influence could be heard, and I really wanted to hear some of these songs. So I thought I'd listen to at least one of them. The first song we're going to listen to is the Ballad of Dorothy Parker. Initially, I was going to hear I Want to Be Your Lover, but I realized I've heard that song before. I thought I hadn't heard it before, but I have. And after realizing I heard it already, I was a little more curious about the Ballad of Dorothy Parker. So we're going to listen to that. That's from Sign of the Times, from 1987, Sign of the Times. A lot of pressure on you, Chuck U00. We shall very well see. Just kidding. Music is subjective anyway, so let's stop talking and let's start listening. Interesting. All right, so I'm trying to think if there might be an earlier. Well, what I'm hearing is I'm hearing several different drum machine parts being played at once and being panned. Some of them sound like they put a little distortion on them. And I can't think of an earlier song that had that. This is pretty early for that. 87. That's pretty. I can't think of an earlier song that has an example of that. And also I'm hearing maybe some real drums being played, and that's pretty early for that as well, like real drums played over drum machine. Oh, you know what? It isn't that early because this is 87, right? So I was actually listening to a song the other day, Bonnie Tyler's Looking Out for a Hero. I was realizing, oh, you know what? I think this might be drum machine with real drums played on top of it. Maybe that was some of the earliest forms of that. But as far as multiple drum machine lines being played at once and being layered like that, I can't think of anything earlier. And I like how I think it's the real drums that come in. It comes in almost double time along with the bass. The bass and the real drum are playing double time, so it makes everything kind of pick up, the groove kind of pick up. I like that.
Dorothy was a waitress on the promenade. She worked in night shift. Dishwater blonde, tall and fine. She got a lot of chips. Well, earlier I'd been talking stuff in a violent room, fighting with lovers past. I needed someone with a quicker wit than mine. Dorothy was fast.
Oh, so
I ordered.
So is he kind of comparing Dorothy Parker to this waitress, or is the waitress Dorothy Parker? I don't know. Interesting. Well, I can really see Joni Mitchell's influence on this song. This kind of reminds me of the Travelogue, her travelogue songs. Like, what's the album with Amelia? Oh, it's gonna kill me. Hajira. Why can't I think of names? My memory's so bad. Yeah, it reminds me of that kind of free-form travelogue kind of thing that Joni was doing at that time.
Yeah, let me get a fruit cocktail. I ain't too hungry.
Fruit cocktail.
Dorothy.
Oh, that's funny. I used to love fruit cocktail when I was a kid. I don't know whether that's embarrassing. It's kind of embarrassing because I don't eat that way now. But my grandma used to make me fruit cocktail and cottage cheese and used to bring it for me when I was in kindergarten. That was like my snack. I don't know whether that's embarrassing, but it's kind of embarrassing.
Laugh. She said it sound like a real man to me. You're kinda cute. You wanna take a bath? Do you want bath?
I like that.
Oh, I want someone. She said sound like a real man to me. Mind if I turn on the radio? Oh, my favorite song, she said, and it was Joni singing. Help me, I think I'm phone rang, and she said, whoever's calling.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that he was so explicit in this song. I didn't know he actually mentions Joni in this song. She said, Joni says, help me, which comes from the song Help Me, obviously. I'm looking forward to hearing the lyrics to this song because I like the storytelling in this.
Be as cute as you. Right then and there, I knew I was through. Was gone. My pants were wet, they came off, but she didn't see the movie 'cause she hadn't read the book first. Instead, she pretended she was blind. Fiction brought home by a witch's curse. Dorothy made me laugh. I felt much better, so I went back to the violin room. Let me tell you what I did. I took another bubble bath with my pants on. All the fighting stopped. Next time I'll do it sooner.
Oh.
This is a ballad of Dorothy Parker.
I really like that. It's kind of like a bridge that happens in the middle of the song. It gets almost more melodic in a way. And this kind of polyrhythmic freeform jam is kind of exactly what I was expecting. But at the same time, it's kind of unexpected because it sounds nothing like I've heard Prince do before. But it sounds like a little bit eerie, don't you guys think? Dorothy Parker, Dorothy Parker. Well, Dorothy Parker, Dorothy Parker. Well, oh yeah, let's see, that was really cool. It's kind of an outro. Dorothy Parker, Dorothy Parker, ooh. You don't really hear lyrics like that over, funk rhythms. I feel like maybe my early Prince education isn't as good as I thought it was because I've never heard this song and it's really, really interesting. I love it. I really like that a lot. This is really early for hearing these kind of lyrics over funk rhythms like that. The lyrics are very Joni Mitchell-esque with Prince's attitude, And that's what you really want to do with music. You want to take things that you're inspired by and put your mark on it, And that's definitely what Prince has done here. I'm really anxious to hear the lyrics because I really want to hear more about the story because I wasn't too clear about what was going on and I want to know what's going on. Something going on. Something going on. Anyway, lyrics. I'm super excited to see these lyrics. It seemed like an interesting story. Anyway, Dorothy was a waitress on the promenade. She worked the night shift, dishwater blonde, tall and fine. She got a lot of tips. Well, earlier, I'd been talking stuff in a violent room, fighting with a lover's past. I needed someone with a quicker wit than mine. Dorothy was fast. Well, I ordered, yeah, let me get a fruit cocktail. Yeah, let me get a fruit cocktail. Fruit cocktail. Let me order a fruit cocktail. I ain't too hungry. Dorothy laughed. She said, it sounds like a real man to me. You're kind of cute. You want to take a bath? Do you wanna bath? Well, that escalated fast. He went from ordering a fruit cocktail to having a bath with her. I feel like that might be the sauciest response to someone ordering fruit cocktail ever. It's like, I'll order a fruit cocktail. You want a bath? Oh, cool, but I'm leaving my pants on. What you say? Who leaves their pants on in the bath? Because I'm kind of going with someone. She said, sounds like a real man to me. Mind if I turn on the radio? Oh, my favorite song, she said. And it was Joni singing, Help Me, I Think I'm Falling. So Help Me came on the radio. Bring, the phone rang, and she said, whoever's calling can't be as cute as you. Right then, there I knew I was through. Dorothy Parker was cool. Well, my pants were wet, they came off. But she didn't see the movie because she hadn't read the book first. My pants were wet, they came off, but she didn't see the movie because she hadn't read the book first. Instead, she pretended she was blind, an affliction brought on by a witch's curse. Interesting. This song takes a lot of interesting turns. Dorothy made me laugh, ha ha ha. I felt much better, so I went back to the violent room. Tell us what you did. What you did. Let me tell you what I did. I took another bubble bath with my pants on. All the fighting stopped. Next time, I'll do it sooner. This is the Ballad of Dorothy Parker. Dorothy Parker. Well, Dorothy Parker. Well, oh. Wow, okay. What was funny is that, would you feel okay with your boyfriend or husband taking a bath with someone as long as he keeps his pants on? Somehow, for most people, I don't think that's going to fly. Some people, depending on your philosophies on relationships, you know. That was interesting. So I don't think this is actually about Dorothy Parker. I think maybe this is someone who reminds him of Dorothy Parker. Maybe she's real quick-witted or something, and her name happens to be Dorothy. It does definitely remind me of, you know, Joni Mitchell's lyrics, probably from like late 70s era of her lyrics, like around Hejira, the hissing of summer lawns, that, you know, that period. Maybe even Court and Spark, you know. So the next song we're going to hear is another request, and this is Future Soul Song from the album 2010, from the year 2010. This was actually really requested by several people, but it was first requested by Rabid Parakeet Sweat 2. So let's listen. Wow. Okay, well, I like this, how warm this sounds. I'm really digging the bass sound in this, that whoa. It gives the song kind of a warmth. And that do-do-do-do-do. Such a beautiful melody. Even before he sings, it gives the song a lot of melody. I like it.
I had a dream last night that I was flying for the first time. In the dream I could pilot my flight with the thoughts in my mind. And since it wasn't any up or down, everybody was on
that is beautiful. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. I like, wow. I mean, I feel like I'm like hearing Prince on a soul level. I've never like felt like such a connection to his. I mean, I love Prince's music, of course, always, but I've never had such an emotional connection to one of his songs before. It feels like Prince on a core level. I'm actually struggling to hear all the parts because I'm so impressed with everything as a whole, but I really love how the vocals mix in the verse with the harmonies, his own harmonies. They have kind of a phasing quality to them. I don't even know how he did that. It sounds really cool. There's just so much going on in terms of layering. In the last song that we heard, the Dorothy Parker song, there was a lot of layering, but it had kind of a more free-form quality, where this feels like a tapestry being woven. It has like a real structure, and everything feels like it has its place. Oh, it's just so beautiful.
Dreamed last night that I was singing, and the sound of my voice seemed to come from every mountain top, like it had no choice. And when my voice rose, so did the sun. When the trees sang, the harmonies warm. Every living soul sang the most beautiful melody ever sung. This is the future song.
Oh my God, there's just so many little things that are parts that keep happening, little shimmering things, little like, and the transitions are really interesting too. There was this little harmony vocal part that happened right before the chorus. I was like, oh wow, that's a really interesting way to transition to the chorus. Speaking of harmonies, I love the women's voices in this song. They really complement his vocals so well. I don't even who did the vocals on this song, but they're really, really good. They really, really took a lot of care to blend perfectly, not overdoing it, doing just enough to really blend in with the song. It's beautiful. Voice in the background, like singing too. Oh, that's surprising.
Before the war, the only words and language said, "Let there be light." Those that can see it are the ones who believe it and put up no fight. In the absence of fear and control, it's the sound of the surrendering soul. Louder than the dogmatic persecution, now sing it like you got that right. This is the future song.
Oh, I like that. That do 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 do. That guitar part's really cool too. And there was that one part before the third verse. I love unexpected chordal moments, and yeah, it went somewhere unexpected for a moment. Like, oh wow, because sometimes that kind of thing can add tension to the song. Because this song has a real warmth to it. It almost feels like like a day where everything is flowing, everything is going the way you think it should be going. It's like your soul went completely untroubled, completely unbothered by anything. That's what this feels like. And I feel like Prince is really letting us in a way that he doesn't always let people in. With music, you're always letting people in at least a little bit. But this, I feel like he's let people in more and showing people more than maybe he's ever shown, at least that I've heard from him. Yeah, I just love this. Is so beautiful.
Listen to me now. I hear signs, I hear signs, I hear whispers, I hear whispers, but I don't care. Between me and my Lord, you can go right on ahead and stare. Never will there be any little shame in my tree. Ow, you, guess what? Send me to
Wow. Wow. Wow, that's one of the that's I think that might be the most beautiful Prince song I've ever heard. Let me pause this. I think that might be the most beautiful Prince song I've ever heard. It is so beautiful. Another thing about that bass tone, that bass sound as well, is it really holds everything together because it plays a long note, that boo. Because there's so much texture in this song. There's so much going on. Every part feels like it's in support of the song. Just when you think it might be too much, that bass sound kind of like holds everything together and brings you back, and reels you back in. This is a song you should show an alien from another planet that you want to introduce to Prince to show why he's a genius. This is the song you play right here. This is exactly the song you play. I think Prince might be the most surprising artist so far that I've been listening to in terms of hearing later works. It makes me so happy and so grateful that I started this series because it's really introduced me to some really amazing music. And thank you so much for introducing me to this one. This song and Stare were the two most requested songs, and I can absolutely see why. So let's look at the lyric. I hope that reaction was good enough, because I found myself wanting to listen to everything on a whole as opposed to listening to all the different parts. I found myself almost like I wanted to cry almost, just because there was something about that song. I felt like Prince communicated something to me, and I'm like, okay, yeah, Prince, I get it. I understand. But anyway, I hope it's good enough. Let's look at the lyrics. Well, all right. I had a dream last night that I was flying for the first time, and in the dream I could pilot my flight with the thoughts in my mind. Since there wasn't any up or down, everybody was all around. When we sang, we all sang together. Oh, what a beautiful sound. Okay, so it's kind of like harmony. I mean, not just musical harmony, but actual harmony. When he's saying that, he's talking about actual harmony when harmonies actually come in the song. That's really cool. And he's showing you without telling you. That's what's so cool about it. The harmonies are coming in just when he's actually talking about harmony, the concept of harmony. I had a dream last night that I was singing, and the sound of my voice seemed to come from every mountaintop like it had no choice. And when my voice rose, so did the sun. When the trees sang the harmony as one, every living soul sang the most beautiful harmony ever sung. Ooh la la la, this is the future soul song. Before the war, the only words and language said, let there be light. Those that can see it are the ones who believe it and put up no fight. And in the absence of fear and control is the sound of the surrendering soul, louder than dogmatic persecution. I sing it like you got that right. Wow. It's funny. The last few Prince videos that I've done, I've somehow accidentally, I picked somehow interesting songs to put together. This song reminds me more of Joni Mitchell's lyrics in a lot of ways. How soulful Joni's lyrics were. I feel like on the first song, it was Prince trying for Joni's lyrics. And this song is actually him embodying Joni's lyrics. Joni is one of the best lyricists ever, and I feel like he's actually really embodying her level of soul that she has in her lyrics, but from his point of view. You can feel that this is Prince. So, and then the outro is, listen to me now. I hear sighs. I hear whispers. Ooh la la la. This is between me and my Lord. You can go right ahead and stare, 'cause never was, never will there be. Ooh la 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 la. Any little shame in my tree. You should do you. Guess what? This is the future soul song, and let me do me. I think he's definitely doing him. Wow. This is the kind of song that makes me feel really lucky that we got to have Prince here on this earth, Anyway, going through these lyrics, listening to this song actually felt like a little mini journey today. So thank you so much for coming along on the journey with me. I hope you had as good time as I did listening to this music. What an honor to have Prince here on this earth, I hope you have wonderful music in your life. Your life is a wonderful, beautiful musical. Thank you so much for joining me. Please like and subscribe if you like the video. And I hope to see you next time. Popcorn Philosopher over and out.